depending on where you're joining in from. Good morning, or afternoon, or evening. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to this live stream. Uh, Say hi in the comments. I'd love to hear from you that you're here. So go ahead and let me know that you're here. This is something new, kind of new that I'm trying out, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I'm doing this live stream in just a bit. But before we get started, say hi in the comments. This live stream is really going to be all about futuristic discussion. Okay, we're talking about 2024. We're going to be talking a lot about my perspective going forward on YouTube in 2024, and also what I've learned from 2023, things that I've learned from my channel, things I've learned from my clients channels, things I've learned from working with brands and other creators, things I've learned from my friends who are YouTube creators. So I kind of have all of this like input coming in into 2023, and I have been like thinking about it and analyzing it and overthinking about it as well. And I want to share with you kind of what my thoughts are about that. So, hi to everybody joining in. Bruno, it's good to see you. Are you still in France? How is it there? I hope it's going well. We have I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but we have a thunderstorm happening behind me right now. It is pouring rain. If you want to go check that out, I actually posted up an Instagram story of an hour or so ago about the pouring rain. So if you want to see that, it is absolutely pouring. So I'm really happy to be inside and cozy and warm and on this live stream today. Hi, Julian from Silverfin Media. Happy New Year to you. Hi, World Wheelchair Warriors. Good to see. Yes, good to see you as well. Hi, Mike from Turnpoint. Good to see you here as well. Hi, Charlie Collins. Excellent to see you. Oh, here it is pouring snow. Where are you, World Wheelchair Warriors? Or maybe I can just shorten your name somehow. Maybe just Wheelchair Warriors. That might be less of a tongue twister to say over and over again. Okay, so yeah, pouring snow in January. Yeah, I'd expect that in the colder climates, of course, Wisconsin. Yeah, that makes sense. So thankfully we just have rain to deal with, no snow, and hopefully that's going to also clear in a few days. So let me take you guys through some of the things that have set up this particular discussion. And I'm calling it a discussion really because I would love your input as we go through this as well. So I can see your chat right up on the main screen. So I'm not distracted by any presentations or anything else. I can, talk much more easily with you. And that is by design today. Hi, Rajita. Hello from Atlanta. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so getting into 2023, just if you could describe 2023 with one word, what would that be? And it doesn't even have to be YouTube related, just like your mental state, how you thought about it when you think back, what what encapsulates the last year for you? Put that down in the chat and I'll read some of your responses out. But for me, 2023 was definitely a very unstable period. Like there was a lot of chaos, uncertainty, getting settled in, just like a period of flux. If I had to choose a word to describe it, it would be flux. If I had a phrase, I might say up, ebb and flow. Lots of highs, lots of lows, lots of just constantly changing things. um, Charlie, yes, the past. Rajita saying 2023. Mike is saying a struggle. Ivan, hi, Ivan. It was a roller coaster for me. Kind of how I also saw it. Like, definitely, like, just like a journey which had lots of ups and downs. Lawrence says, survived. Hi, Lawrence. Good to see you. Regita says, had lots of stuff. My nervous system was off balance. So, this is what I have been hearing from a lot of people, that 2023 was quite, uh, chaotic or in flux, or people didn't have a very sure footing, and maybe those could be the after effects of how we, after the pandemic, we came out and we started getting back to normal routines, but the same normal routines weren't really working, and so we're all trying to find that new normal now, like, what what is that new normal looking like, right? And so there has been I think it was definitely a year of change. And so going into 2024, what I feel is that a lot of people, let me know if that includes you, are looking for some stability, some kind of process, some kind of surety, some kind of a path to follow, something a little more streamlined, something a little bit more less chaotic, something a little bit more certain, something a little bit that has more direction, like not just very aimless, but, have more direction, something that brings in results. Let me know if that's you, because that's definitely me. Yeah, I like what you're saying, Charlie. Most of the year I was in survival, and 2024, because of my new program of action, I am moving into thriving. Such a good way to think about it. Like you were in surviving, and now you want to be thriving. So, absolutely. Yeah. Hi, Marcia. I chased clients, and I don't want to do that for 2024. That's a very interesting perspective. Can you go a little bit more into detail about what was that like, and why, or rather, what would you rather do instead? So if you don't want to be chasing clients, what do you want to be doing in 2024 instead of that? Because I'm assuming you still want to have clients, you still want to earn from your channel, um, but what will replace that? I would love to know. Thank you, Rajita. You summed it beautifully, Salma. Thank you. So, let me walk you guys through what my channel philosophy kind of looked like. I did not do much on YouTube in 2023 in terms of recorded videos, in terms of long form videos. And probably saw that. A lot of people have written to me, like on Instagram and other mediums, and like, Salma, why did you kind of disappear from YouTube in 2023, and what was going on? And I did do some live streams, and I did do some trainings and stuff, but really what I was focusing on was getting settled in. And I didn't realize that I had to do that, because after I moved countries, so I moved in August 2022, and so, we were still in the honeymoon phase. Everything was new, everything was beautiful, everything was amazing. But in 2023, we really had to think about systems and processes and stability and, like, the new normal. And figuring all of that out in a new country took a lot out of me. So, from a mental state of mind, from a mental perspective, there was so many new things I was dealing with. I was literally suffering from decision fatigue. I was making decisions about all sorts of new things, grocery shopping and household tasks and routine things and kids and school and work and clients. And there was a lot of decisions that I was constantly making. And that was leading to a lot of fatigue in terms of, okay, do I really want to think about creating a new video right now? I just don't have, the energy or the brain power or the physical, or the mental state of mind to want to do that. And one thing that really allowed me to take a step back is the fact that, because I had been creating videos on YouTube for the past 7 years, before that, 8 years now, I had a bank, like a video library of over 300 videos. And the good thing about those videos were a lot of them were evergreen videos. And what that means is, because they were not trendy topics, they were not like flash in the pan videos, they were videos about strategy, which still are true today, which still give value today. So they were evergreen videos. And so what happened was that those 300 videos continued to bring in new views, new traffic, new leads, and new clients and new income into my business. So I was literally operating on, passive mode, not doing a lot of active stuff, but doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So I was launching new products. So I completely revamped YouTube Launchpad. It took me almost 4 months to do that, which is probably way too long to make an online course. But like I said, I was dealing with a lot of new stuff going on. And so taking that time and having the luxury to be able to take that time to create a product. And then I was also working with clients, I was also working with brands. So all of that was happening behind the scenes. So I wasn't creating new free public videos that everybody could see, but actually I was working really hard behind the scenes. I was working with clients, I was working with brands, I was working with on creating a course. So I was working, but just not creating very active videos on my YouTube channel. And the only way that that was happening was because YouTube was still working for me as a passive view generator. So I was looking at my stats, and I was looking at some other people who were talking about the fact that when they take breaks on YouTube, what happens to their channel. And a lot of them have very, news focused or trends focused or very viral kind of topics, which help them blow up. And then what happens is when they stop creating videos, everything comes to a standstill. Like the views come to a halt, the watch hours come to a halt, the leads come to a halt, the traffic comes to a trickle. And one person in particular in my circle said to me that my views dropped down to 200 views a day. um, and this is coming from somebody who used to have like 20,000 views a day. So I looked at my channel and I was like, I'm still getting 1,000 views a day. So why is that? And I looked at it and I was like, that's because of all of these evergreen videos. This is because they stand the test of time. So I was like, okay, what can I learn from this? So some of those things I want to share today. um, Okay, let me read what Marcia has written. So let's put your comment up. I was doing so many free talks and free trainings, had lots of calls, and was just doing everything to get a client to pay me, lowering prices and making deals and relying on them to pay my bills. So that's definitely something that will cause you to be on the hamster wheel, right, Marcia? I can see how that would be like very constantly on the go, definitely. And so what my question to you would be, Marsha, what do you want to replace that with? So instead of free trainings and free talks and lowering your prices and making deals, what would you want instead for your 2024 to look like? So really think about that, and if you feel like sharing that, I'd love to kind of think through that process with you today. Yeah, dear. Well, Christian is saying Evergreen is ever feeding my channel. Thanks for this, SJ. You're the only person who calls me SJ on YouTube. I love it. Okay, yeah, Evergreen is definitely one of my favorite things about YouTube. And it's specific to YouTube because you cannot get that on any other social media platform right now, apart from maybe your own blog or website, which is not social media then. So I love that about YouTube. um, World Wheelchair Warriors is saying, I picked up an older channel and set up a plan for that one, but also kept this one going. Okay, perfect. So, um, when I looked at, what 2023 was like and what kept me kind of coasting through 2023 and, how my channel fared and all of that, I came up with a plan looking back at that for 2024. I'm going to share some of the bullet points and the highlights of that plan with you right now. And I also want to show you why uh, I made this plan and kind of the thinking behind it. So you can see the strategy coming through. Okay. So, one of the things that I want to do in terms of long form videos, so I do want to create long form videos, but I am not going to put myself through um, the grind of weekly videos anymore. So I am not going to be doing weekly long form videos. Um, does that mean I'm not going to be doing any long form videos? No, that's not what it means. It means I will be doing long form videos, but in terms of numbers, so we have 52 weeks in the year. I would probably be doing long form videos, maybe 20, 25 ish videos for the year. And the reason for that is because I want each video to be more thoughtful, more intentional, and more evergreen. Like I want more strategy topics that that showcase how I think about the platform, or how I think about the creator process of the journey, or how I think about, you know, being on YouTube itself, and what are the strategies that I love to talk about. And I don't want to be like somebody who is going to be doing any kind of mad content runs, or doing, like, you know, any 30-day, you know, make a video every day kind of challenges. Maybe that might be relevant for you if you're starting out and you need practice. Absolutely. So every person is on their own journey, and what works for me may not necessarily work for you. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show you the thinking behind my strategy, so then you can have, you know, your own thinking behind your strategy, but that could jumpstart your strategy. So I will definitely be creating less, but with more thought and intention. So that's one thing. The second thing I definitely want to do more of is more live streams. So I'm trying to get into more of a regular live stream routine. I want to do weekly, but I may not be ready to do weekly just yet. So I might want to ramp up to weekly live streams. So I'm going to start off with maybe once a month or fortnightly live streams like this one, which are easy to do, but they're also really because I want to build stronger connections with my audience, with you guys, like with you right now. Like I have this thing where, you know, I some of you write with your, you know, YouTube handles, but I know your names, and I love that. I love that side of connection, because we're like connected on, you know, Facebook groups. Maybe you're part of my course YouTube Launchpad and I know you, or maybe we're connected on LinkedIn with your actual name. So I really like that, and I want more of that. I want to connect on deeper level with you. I want to be able to share my raw, unfiltered thoughts like I'm doing right now on this live stream. Like, this gives me energy, and I'm an introvert. So, you know, being on stage and speaking and making videos like depletes my energy. But doing live streams is like a form of being connected with my community. Um, so I definitely want to do more of that. Now, I will say that a lot of people think that if they don't have an audience yet, or if they, you know, don't have an audience on YouTube yet, then they cannot do live streams. And I want to challenge that, right? I want to say that live streams are actually a great way to build an audience. They're a great way to build your email list. They're a great way to build your YouTube audience. They are a great way to show up without the hassle of editing and the hassle of, you know, structured trainings and all of that. So if you are somebody who is, you know, something's holding you back from doing these long form recorded videos, and there are a lot of things: time, skill, effort, planning, all of these things hold us back, right? Consider doing more live streams on your channel. Like, I have an episode with one of my clients, Sonal, and if you just go back a couple of live streams, you'll see that she is not doing a lot of recorded videos, but she goes live every Friday for a Q&A session. It keeps her channel alive. It keeps, you know, her audience coming back in. It builds loyalty for her programs. It is something that, you know, just makes her appear a lot more real and raw and authentic. And so I think live streams are absolutely something that should be on your radar, whether you are starting from zero today or you already have an audience on YouTube. So Charlie is saying live streams are awesome, engagement, building a community with a personal touch, and the videos can be repurposed. Exactly. So live streams, after they're done, live on YouTube just like regular videos. They may not get the same amount of replays and interaction perhaps after the live has been after the live is finished, but while the live is going on, I think there is a lot of energy. And if you don't have an audience, you could do a live training. Like, you still have stuff to talk about. Like, for example, right now, even if I wasn't interacting with you, I still have, you know, things I want to talk about. Like, I literally have a notebook in front of me. I'm going to put this up on screen. Not that you can read it, but these are my talking points for today. So it's just things I've been thinking about, things I wrote down. Like, I want to really talk about this. you can do exactly the same. Like, this is the easiest, probably the laziest form of a YouTube video, where you just write down a few bullet points of talking points of things you want to talk about, push that live button, and just talk about these things. And people get to know you better. They get to know how you think, they get to know your thought process. And if you have an audience, then you get engagement as well. So, for all of these reasons, I will be more consistent with live streams. I will still have some recorded videos on my channel, but I'm not going to go crazy with like one a week. Maybe some weeks we'll have one a week, but it's going to be a lot more fluid based on what I can do and what I feel is something that I'm proud of showing. So I want to put in more effort into those videos. Yeah, I am much better on the spot rather than doing all the prep and doing the video on my own. And some of us, like Charlie here, is just great, when you speak from the heart, and that showcases you, the real you. And for some of us, recorded and all of that kind of puts a lot of pressure on us. So I'm not saying don't do them. I'm saying try both. But if you're not doing live streams right now, definitely consider doing more of them. Yes, live streams are so much fun. And I like this idea. I do a weekly recap on Sunday night. Yeah, that's a great idea. And there's probably lots of stuff happening in your niche or industry that you could do, either like a future planning live stream on, or a recap, kind of live stream on, or just sharing your thoughts on what's happening or how you feel about it and what you think about it. That's a great idea. And Lawrence is saying, I prefer your live stream. Yay. Okay. So, let me tell you a little bit more about what I've been thinking. So, more live streams, 20-ish or so long form videos is what you're going to see on my channel. Um, Definitely more collabs coming up as well. I actually forgot to write that down, but Charlie's comment just reminded me. There are collabs coming up, and I actually want to talk about one of the collabs coming up either next week or next to next week. So either in next Friday or next to next Friday, I'm actually going to be doing a live training. I'm really excited about this training with somebody. It's going to be an AI based training. It's going to be script writing with AI. Okay. And I'm not going to reveal everything just yet because I'm still putting all the pieces together, but I sat down with this person, and she literally took my script and showed me how I could make things better with AI. And I was like, I have got to teach this to my audience because this is mind blowing. This is really, really great stuff. And when I work with clients, these are the points they get stuck in. So I really, really want to do this. So, more collabs. So, collabs like this are coming up. That's what you can expect on my channel. Collabs with other experts, collabs with peers, with other content creators, with other YouTube entrepreneurs, with people who are, doing new things that I want to learn from, and I want to bring them to my audience as well, so we can all collectively learn together. So that's super exciting, and I really want to get into that. Sorry, Charlie, let me quickly answer your question. Salma, does your YouTube course teach how to do live streams like a pro and invite guests in? Not yet, but I have something coming up for this, Charlie. You are going to love it. I am not ready to reveal the details yet, but sometime within January, I will be revealing the details. And yes, live streams, live streaming like a pro, inviting guests, and generally just growing your channel with all of these strategies that are not hustle based. They're more, relaxed. They're more like, seeing what works and being more intentional based. I'm going to be sharing a lot more, and there is a product coming out that is going to be super amazing. But I can't reveal it just yet. So just know that something's coming. Okay. What else? So, on that note, actually, this is a good time to mention that I will have more offers coming up. Now, this is something I've always wanted to do more of. I actually really want to do a series of mini workshops, or maybe you can call them mini courses. Putting together a 9-module course like YouTube Launchpad is very time intensive, obviously, but it also is like then it becomes like a big deal thing. It's like, okay, now I have to do all of this month long prep for it and everything. It's nice to have a flagship product, but I definitely want to do things which are more, live, raw, smaller, and do them more frequently. So, what you're going to see in 2024 are hopefully at least another 10 to 12 smaller products from me that will be easy for me to create, easy for you to consume and take action on. So I want it to be a win win for everybody, right? And so that's something that you probably are going to see from me. I'm still working through the strategy of how I'm going to be doing that, but that's something you can expect coming from me. Yeah, so those are my plans for 2024. If you're just joining this live stream, remember to go back and watch the replay of the last 25 minutes where I've outlined my personal strategy for my personal YouTube channel. And let me know what you are gauging from that and how you are picking things that might work for you. And let me answer some questions coming along the way. So, Marsha is asking, how long should the live stream be? As long as you want it to be, really, Marsha. There's no rules around this. I mean, obviously it can be less than 60 seconds or less than a minute, because that would make it a short, but or maybe not if you're going live. Okay, but how I typically think of live streams is, okay, do I have something to say around one topic? Or if you're doing a Q&A live stream, you can set like a time limit based on how long you feel you can go on. Friends of mine do live streams which are and I salute them, but I can't do those. They do 4 hour live streams. They do 6 hour live streams. I'm thinking of you, Roberto Blake and Nick Nimmin. They're amazing, but I personally do not have that kind of stamina, and my voice would go after about 2 hours. So, I mean, there's really no rules around this. I like to keep my live streams around 60 to 90 minutes. Some of my webinars are typically 90 minutes because I want to teach in those, and that takes time. But a casual Q&A type live stream or like a channel audit live stream, I might just cap it at an hour, and that's like a good place to start. You could do a 30-minute live stream if this is your first time doing it. You could do a 10-minute live stream if that's all the time that you have. Hi, Eileen, good to see you. Um, Ivan is saying, are there restrictions to live streams when it comes to music? If so, is it safer to use premieres? Yeah, well, there are always restrictions based on copyrighted content, but YouTube has definitely expanded its music library. And like right now I'm using a software to live stream. So a lot of times different softwares will provide you with additional stuff like music and stuff, and you can also buy your own music. So you can just buy music, and then have it licensed to you. You can buy the license if you're going to use like the same soundtrack. Let's say every live stream starts off with the same kind of soundtrack. You can just buy the license and you can own that music. um, I don't particularly like premieres. I think they're like the lowest form of YouTube videos in terms of building an audience, and building traffic. Really, from all of the types of YouTube videos, shorts, video on demand, which is recorded long form videos, live streams, and then premieres. I think premieres is like the last, and it hasn't done so well on the platform either, primarily because people don't like seeing that a topic is there but they can't access it, because that's kind of what premieres is. um this is an interesting question. How do I say your name? Sarasan? Hi. Nice to see you. Do you know any AI apps that will copy the text words of YouTube video? You may have to clarify that a little bit. I do want to talk about some AI apps today, but that will copy the text of a YouTube video and then do what with it? Like, what's the goal that you want to do with this AI app? I'm going to be talking about an AI app today that I've been experimenting with, on creating shorts from long form videos. So I'll talk about that in just a bit. But let me know what you want this AI app to do. Give me a little bit more context. Bruno is saying 4 hours. Yep, I feel an hour is way too much for me. Um, what software are you using to stream though? So, Charlie, I am using Restream. That has been the software I have used from day one to, well, when I started using streaming software. So, I've been using that. Um, for YouTube as well as for Facebook. So anytime I go live, like do office hours inside my Facebook YouTube Launchpad group, I use Restream. And anytime I go live on YouTube, I use Restream. Couple of reasons. Number one is because I don't have to switch windows because the chat is in the Restream window. So I can see myself. I can see any trainings that I'm going to be sharing. I can upload a presentation like a PowerPoint or a keynote or a Google Slides presentation or whatever, or a Canva presentation or whatever to Restream, and it all stays on the same tab. So myself, the presentation, and the chat all in one window. So it's a lot easier to manage. And the other reason I like using Restream is because it gives me analytics of peak times, when the and also analytics for the technical quality of the live stream. So if there were any drop offs or anything I need to be aware of, because live streams do rely a lot on technology being consistent. So it gives me analytics, and it also allows for branding and graphics. Like for example, you can see my name. You'll be able to see if I do product updates. There's like I can put the products up on screen. There's QR codes. There's a lower thirds. I can bring up your question on screen. So there's all these little branding and graphical overlays that you can do with streaming software like Restream. So that's really why I enjoy using it. All right, Marcia is saying, sounds great, Salma. I love your 2024 plan. You really offer so much value. Looking forward to your mini courses. Yes, me too, Marcia. Thank you so much for saying that. Um, okay. Around the around the thighs, is saying you have a worldwide audience. How to choose best time to do a live stream? Okay, good question. Good question. So, two things. You want to choose a time that you can actually commit to, and then you want to choose a time where the largest portion of your geographical audience will be able to attend. So for me, that's 2 p.m. GMT because it's not too early in the morning where I feel rushed, and it's not too late in the afternoon when the kids are home and I want to kind of wind down my day. So 2 p.m. is a good time for me. That translates into 9 a.m. EST, which is where a lot of my audience usually joins in from the eastern coast of the United States, and also from Europe. So it's a good time for Europe because it's the middle of the day. It's a good time for America because it's the beginning. So when you're thinking about when to host your live streams, you could poll your audience and ask them, give them like two or three options and ask them to choose, and then pick the one that suits you the best based on your energy levels, your commitment, your ability to show up at that particular time. Okay, Charlie is saying I'm going to try OBS. Yes, that I have used OBS in the past. A few, more technical learning curves for OBS, but it is free, so that it does have that going for it. And I do have a training on OBS on my channel. I believe that will set you up with the basics, Charlie. So you can actually just type in my name and type in OBS, and you'll find that training. Do not look at the video quality; it was done ages ago. It's probably horrible. Ah, you said my name right, says Saracen. Okay, good, good, good. I want to copy the words. Okay, let me just put this up on screen. I want to copy the words from a video I may be watching so I can read it while I watch the video. Thanks in advance. You can do that right now. You don't need AI or anything for this. Inside every video, there's a description section. Inside the description section, YouTube has made available the transcript. So if you go to every video and you go in the description section and you click on show transcript, might take a couple of seconds to load, but eventually you'll be able to see the entire transcript. You can actually read the video as it plays. That isn't that amazing? I love it. Sometimes this is exactly what I do when I want to scan a video for content, or sometimes when I just want to, watch a video, but there's like people around me and I don't want to turn the volume up. I will actually just follow along with the transcript. It's absolutely amazing. I wouldn't want to copy the words though, but yeah, definitely for reading. Just want to be careful of any copyright infringement there. Okay. Um Okay, Marcia is saying, because of you, Sama, my channel is growing. Love your training. Thank you so much. Descript will help her with copying text. Yeah, Descript would help you with, yeah, if you want to use that. There's Descript and there's also Audiate by Camtasia. They both do that, but that's for your own videos, not for other people's videos. Marsha saying, I like StreamYard. Yep, StreamYard and Restream are competitors with very similar product offerings. So if you want to go live with a streaming software, take a look at both StreamYard and Restream. Okay. I do have an affiliate link for a Restream, Charlie. It should be in my description section. So under this video, you should find a link there. If it's easier and I can focus more on doing than learning, I am in. Absolutely. Lawrence, the name of the streaming software I use is Restream. Restream.io. Restream.io. Ivan is saying, I have OBS as well, but I used to record videos with it to record high quality video. Yep, OBS works. Just a few more things to learn inside OBS, but absolutely works. Rajita is saying, I use StreamYard. Is Restream similar to Stream? Yes, Rajita, very, very similar. If you're already using StreamYard and you're already comfortable with it, then stick with that. Both softwares are comparable in terms of functionality and in terms of usage and in terms of what you can do with them. They're very, very similar. Marlene. Hi, Marlene. My YouTube channel is new. How do I get an audience? Perfect timing for this question because that's actually what I want to get into now. This is supposed to be zero sugar and zero calories. Do you guys believe packaging when they say that? I hope so. It's called limon freeze. I'm hoping it is actually zero calories and zero sugar. Okay. Now let's talk about the three things that I think anybody, whether you are trying to start a channel, whether you are trying to grow a channel, whether you're trying to just, hanging on by a thread and just want to keep going somehow, the three things that you should be focusing on, or that I don't like the word should too much. So instead of saying that, what I'm going to say is the three things that I feel are going to be good to focus on in 2024 for growth, for visibility, for having the right audience find you, and for your mental peace. Okay. So the three things that I want to talk about, and this is for you, Marlene, and for anybody who is looking at figuring out their 2024 strategy. Saracen, I'll come to your question in just a bit. Okay. Okay. So the three things are: number one, might sound a bit lame, but hear me out on this. Number one, what I want you to focus on is authenticity. And the reason I say that is because the amount of times and questions and emails that I get around, Salma, XYZ person is doing this. Can I just create that content as well? Or Salma, can I just do faceless videos? Or Salma, this person is earning so much money with faceless videos. Or can I just do ASMR content? Or can I just film, XYZ thing because that other person has found a lot of success with it? And it always comes back down for me to authenticity. So what does that mean? So when you're thinking of growing, I think it's really, really important. When you're thinking of growing your YouTube channel, of course, and building your audience, I think it's really, really important that you think about what is the purest form of what you can offer. When I think about this for my channel, I think the purest form of what I can offer is my brain, like the way I think about things. That is the purest form of what I can offer. And that's very authentic because it's me. It's not because XYZ person is doing that, or somebody, or I'm trying to follow a formula, or I'm trying to copy what's working in the industry. And I think, yeah, and sound off in the comments. What does inauthentic look like to you? Like when you go to a YouTube channel, somebody else's YouTube channel, and when do you feel things are inauthentic? Like what tips you off? Like, oh, this is so fake, or this is so ugh, I don't like this. This just seems wrong or fake or scammy or weird. What are those triggers for you? Sound off in the comments. Sound off in the comments below. But for me, it's really about what you see is what you get. And that's kind of also why I'm doing more live streams, because it's raw, unfiltered. It's like there is no editing in this video. Um, it also showcases things you're passionate about. It allows you to talk about what you really want to talk about. Um, Authenticity to me means creating a personal boundary and enjoying that space that you've created for yourself. Like, okay, this is who I am. This is not who I am. This is what I want to talk about. This is who I want to attract. And all of the other stuff is outside of that personal boundary. So being authentic to me is sticking with things that I feel are very me, things that I would talk about regardless, whether it's a paid product, whether it's a free training, these are the things I would talk about. So that is very authentic to me. Okay, so I want to know from you, what are some of the things that feel inauthentic to you when you are on YouTube? Let me put some of your comments up here. So, Wheelchair Warriors is saying, I feel so annoyed when people copy my content, but I try to turn it around in the positive and say at least they liked it. So, I've had numerous people, for example, copy my taglines, copy my channel headers. And I mean, yes, imitation is, the sincerest form of flattery, but it's also, you know, an example of somebody's hesitation or mediocrity, because it's literally an example of them not knowing what is authentic to them, so they feel like they have to copy somebody else. It's basically a sign that they don't have self-awareness about who they are and what they can offer yet, so they kind of have to jump off of someone else's idea and copy that. So for me, it's like, okay, you haven't figured out who you are yet if you're going to be copying other people. Dear Will Christian is saying, the longer the live, the more info you can chop out of the stream for repurposing. Absolutely. Marlene is saying, how I teach techniques that no one else is teaching. Yeah, that's what makes you different, right? And that's what you really need to double down on. And that's kind of what you need to think about as you go forward. So you were asking me, how can I get started on YouTube, and that you've answered your own question. Teach the things that no one else is teaching. Teach them in the way that you want to teach them, that is true to you, that is true to how you think and how you feel about certain topics. And so let me give you guys an example. I was on a coaching call this week with one of my clients, and she's in a very saturated niche. And she already has like a couple of hundred videos and 10,000 subscribers on her channel, but she was losing attention. And one of the things that we are working on with her channel strategy is, what are the things that she can take a stand on, an opinion on? What will make her content be uncopyable? So it's not generic tutorials, it's not generic information, it's not generic stuff that everybody is talking about or you can get from a Google search. It is really about your experiences and your insights, which actually brings me to point number 2, which I have here to talk about today, is I think what you should focus on a lot more in 2024 is personalization. And by personalization, I mean choosing topics that are unique to you, bringing in your perspectives and experiences to those topics, and then having conversations around those topics on other mediums as well, not just YouTube, but on email or on Instagram or LinkedIn or wherever else you might be, right? And then kind of building these smaller like-minded groups or communities which follow you for your perspective, not for your content necessarily. They come for the content, but they stay for your personality. They stay for your unique perspective. They stay for the fact that, okay, you're talking about the same things, but you're approaching it from your unique perspective. And that's really where I think YouTube is headed in 2024. More personalization. I'm going to talk about the AI aspect in this in just a sec, but more personalization. And so tell me what that might look like for you. What would bringing in your unique experience and your personalization look like for you? How would it change how you currently think about your content ideas, for example? How can you bring in, you know, something that happened to you, weave that into the story of why you believe XYZ, right? And I find that people really resonate with that a lot more because it's not generic anymore. It's like, okay, here's a point of view. And you know what happens with the point of view? You either disagree with it or you agree with it. And that is what you want. You want the people who disagree with it to be like, okay, this channel is not for me. And you want the people who agree with it to be like, oh my God, I'm going to follow you and I love everything you do. Right. So you actually want to be a little bit polarizing, but not in an inauthentic, fake way for the sake of controversy, but you want to be polarizing to present your unique perspective. And that's really where I think YouTube is headed: more authenticity, more personalization. And I'm going to talk about the third thing in just a bit as well. I Charlie is saying, well, let me put this up on screen. I can't be you, Jack Canfield, or Tony Robbins, nor will it be a sustaining path. But if I am my authentic self, believe in me and what I am doing, then I will build a following. And more importantly, Charlie, you will build a following who appreciates you, not the teachings of Tony Robbins or Jack Canfield, but a person who appreciates Charlie Collins's perspective. And that's really, really important to building your personal brand. Absolutely. I feel authentic when I do a video and I talk to my ideal audience like they are with me at Starbucks. It's so authentic. I speak their problem and get to help them like we are at coffee. I love this comment. Isn't this what broadcasting yourself on YouTube should be all about? Like, forget all the should haves and must haves and would haves and all the, why am I not getting more likes or subscribes or watch time? Isn't that like so stressful to think about all of that versus this? It's like I get to be who I am, I get to attract who I love, and it's like talking to my friends. Isn't that a lot more just invigorating and calming and exciting and stuff you would want to do more of? I once held this workshop where I was like, love yourself on video. And this is exactly it. This is exactly how to love yourself on video. You just enjoy the process. The minute you stop enjoying the process, it feels like a burden. It's hard to do, it's hard to sustain, and people don't enjoy watching you. When you are enjoying yourself, people enjoy themselves as well, along with you. That's the secret, guys. You have to enjoy yourself. It's such a great, great comment. Thanks, Marsha. Like life experiences. So, yes, wheelchair warriors, I'm assuming that everyone has, reasons for why they talk about certain things. And I'm assuming everyone has, uh, you know, a backstory to the topics that they want to talk about. And so bringing that story in, I'm not saying the entire video needs to be your backstory, but bringing in some perspective as to why this topic is important to you or how you think about it based on what has happened or to shape your thoughts. That gives a lot of perspective to your content. It gives angles, dimensions. It gives people things to latch on to. It's not just like exactly like an AI piece of content would be, generic and without personality. It'll be the exact opposite of that. It'll be full of personality and be like full of unique perspectives and experiences and stories. So definitely, yeah, life experiences. um Charlie saying, I will use my experience, which is authentic. Ivan is saying, I feel authentic when I explain how I want to say it emotionally. So I have something inside YouTube Launchpad, which is the emotional needs framework. And I want to go deeper into this. And maybe one of those mini courses will be about how to write your titles and craft your thumbnails with emotion first thinking. Because I think this is the way we're headed as far as YouTube, the platform, is concerned. I think bringing in more emotion into everything is a really, really great thing to do. And there are two specific emotions that I focus on. One is fear, and one is aspiration. Now, you might think fear is negative, but fear is a great motivator. It is a great motivator. And on the flip side of it are aspirations. So, things you aspire to are also a really great motivator. So, I'll go into more detail in this in future products and things that I have coming up. But when, just to your point, Ivan, when you say things emotionally, they resonate with people, right? The more you bring emotion into your packaging of your videos, then the actual content inside your videos, if you're passionate about a topic, that has more staying power. And people ask questions like, how do I increase my watch time? you know be more passionate, because when you're more passionate, when you have more emotion, when you are more energized, that keeps people with you longer. That's how you increase your watch time, like the non-conformist answer. Ooh, okay, I like Rajita's question. Selma, can we build a channel by just doing live streams? This is a good one. This is a good one. The answer is yes, but you can definitely do that. There is nothing stopping you from doing that. In fact, I would say that live streams and podcasts together might be a really, really great way to grow a channel. The typical mistake that people make when they think about this kind of stuff is that it they think that they don't need a content strategy anymore. They can just come on live and talk about whatever and do whatever, and it'll still work to grow an audience. So that kind of haphazard approach may not work if you don't have an audience already. So the fundamentals of building a channel still apply. So whether you're using live streams or whether you're using podcasts or whatever, you still want to have the building blocks of YouTube, right? You still want to have a solid understanding. So what are the building blocks of YouTube? A solid understanding of the audience, the ideal audience that you're trying to reach. You definitely want to hone in on who is the person you are trying to attract. On the flip side, you also want to have a very solid understanding about who you don't want to attract. Who are you not trying to reach? Who is not your ideal audience? So you need that. And then the second part of building a solid YouTube strategy is understanding the topics that will appeal to that particular person. So I typically start with problems or pain points or frustrations or challenges, because those are great motivators that make people go looking for answers, right? And YouTube is a place people come looking for answers. So if you are starting with, who, and then what is their challenge, that is like the base layer of building the foundation. So that's the outward looking part, and then you want to do the internal work. Okay, what is your value? Who are you? What do you want to showcase? What part of your personality do you want to put up on camera? So that's kind of the trifecta: your audience, your content, and you. But yeah, the short answer is yeah, you can absolutely build a channel just by doing live streams. But you still have to build that base foundation and think through those things, okay? Fear is a wonderful emotion to use because we humans run off of fear 80% of the time. You would know it, right? As a nurse, you would know that. Um, okay, Marlene is saying, sorry, I think I just burped a little bit with the soda that I was drinking. Excuse me. Should I do a YouTube video on what I am about and my mission since I have no audience? Um, this is a really good question, Marlene. No, That would be my answer, no. Um, the way you want to incorporate your mission and what you are about should come through with helping people with their challenges. So instead of starting your channel thinking about your mission, think about who is your audience and what are their challenges. And then bring in your mission and how you solve those challenges into the delivery. So it's almost a case of show, don't tell. So instead of telling people what your mission is, you show them with examples of their challenges. Does that make sense? The only place where you would talk about yourself is maybe your channel trailer, where you kind of introduce yourself and who you are. So that's acceptable. Like if you want to just start off and do a channel trailer and be like, this is who I am, this is what my channel is going to be about, that's perfectly fine. But not necessarily every video, or like that's not necessarily the only focus. Thanks, Salma. I need to jump on another meeting. Your past two live streams have helped me and inspired me more than other things that I have tried. Thank you so much, Charlie. See you again soon. And bye for now. Lawrence, when I work with people as a personal coach, I always tell them the same behavior will attract one person and push away the other person. So be real. Spot on, Lawrence. What attracts some, like what's that saying? What's one man's treasure is another man's trash, right? So yeah, okay. So that brings me to my third thing that I wanted to talk about today. So the first thing was really what to focus on: authenticity, like really really figuring out what makes you you, so that people come to you for you. You know, what you see is what you get type of behavior. The second thing was personalization, because I definitely believe that is the way that you can differentiate yourself from all the saturation that is probably happening right now in your niche. And generally, you know, on social media, on the internet, online, blah blah. Personalization is differentiation. And the third thing I wanted to talk about is the AI aspect of it all. So, how are we going to look at AI in 2024? So, I know there were a couple of questions earlier on inside this chat, but I want to say anytime something new comes up, I definitely don't want to disregard it, because change is constant in life, right? Things are going to constantly be in flux, things are going to be changing. And if we just say, no, we are not going to deal with this, that is bad for our growth. So that actually shuts us off from possibilities and opportunities going on into the future. So what we instead want to do is look at AI and look at the opportunities inside AI. So we still want to be authentic, we still want to be personable, but we still want to figure out how can we use AI. So some of the things that I think we should be thinking about going into 2024 is how can we use or incorporate AI into our idea generation, into our research and brainstorming activities. How can we use AI in terms of content creation? How can we use AI for repurposing or editing? How can we use AI for our marketing and sales processes? How can we use AI to determine what kind of offers we could be making? And how can we use AIs for better analysis of our products and services? Yep, everyone who has to run, bye. Maybe you can watch the rest of this on replay. Yep, sure. Okay, so in terms of AI, I'm gonna start off by using it for repurposing, because I find that that's one of the easiest, simplest ways to create YouTube Shorts. So everyone's like always asking, Selma, do we create YouTube Shorts? And I find that the effort to create a YouTube Short from scratch is for me just as much like a good short that's going to get lots of views and bring in lots of traffic, is just as much as it would be to create a recorded long form video. And so instead of putting my core brain activity effort into creating a YouTube short, I want to use AI to repurpose my long form videos, take out sound bites from that and create YouTube shorts from that. And I have been using a software to great success with that. It's called Opus Clips. So it's OPUSCLIP, Opus Clip or Opus Clips. And what it does is that you feed it the URL of your YouTube video and you give it a prompt like what sections of the video do you want converted into short. So let's say I have a video and I want, every time I say the words beginner YouTube creator, I want it to incorporate that into a YouTube short. Let's say that's my prompt, right? It will take my YouTube video and give me, I think it was 10 sample shorts from that. And those shorts have automatic captions, animated captions. They convert from a horizontal to a vertical video while still keeping me center stage and my face in the middle of the screen, which is really, really important. You want to, have that reframing going on. So the AI will do all of that for you. And it is brilliant. A brilliant way to create YouTube shorts without putting in all of that mind numbing effort to come up with witty, you know, 60-second short ideas. And so I think that's like a great way to use AI. Let me know if you guys are using AI in any way. I've been using AI for brainstorming, for content creation, for editing and repurposing. And the next workshop that I have coming up, which is the one that I referred to earlier in this live stream, is going to be a script writing with AI workshop. So I'm going to show you guys how to use AI to write better conversational, punchier scripts that lead your audience to action. I think I said the entire tagline and the entire like benefit point of that live stream. So that's going to be coming up sometime in January. I'll announce the actual dates. But if that's something you are interested in, let me know today, right now. Give me a thumbs up, or just say yes, something to let me know that this is something that you would be interested in attending. Make sure you are on my email list. If you subscribe to anything on my channel, you'll be on my email list. I'll just put in a link here. Easiest way to get on my email list is to grab my video content planner from the link there. Get on my email list. I will be announcing this product coming up. So it's called Script Writing with AI. I mean, that's the working title. Might change, but that's something that I'm working on. And so I think that incorporating AI into the entire creator process, into the entire YouTube entrepreneur process, is going to be really, really integral to how we move forward. Right. So it's something that I think if you are going to be discounting or disregarding, you're going to fall back a little bit. And then, 2 years from now, you're going to be like, I wish I'd gotten on this bandwagon earlier. I wish I'd figured this out earlier, because like, look at all the stuff other people are doing with it. So I definitely want to say that now is the time. Chris is saying yes. Regita is saying yes. I don't know the context of this comment, Ivan, but of course, if it's something very personal, then you have to make that decision whether you want to talk about it or not. Hi, Raquel. Good to see you. You're saying yes as well. So, perfect. So, guys, let me know what was the most valuable takeaway from this live stream for you so far. Anything that we discussed that you're going to be like, yeah, this was something I'm going to think about a little bit more. Well, what was something that stood out to you? Anything, could be anything from the past hour. Ivan is saying yes. Mike from Turnpoint is saying yes. Awesome, awesome. I'm so excited for this script writing masterclass that I'm going to be hosting with another person. Script writing with AI masterclass. So let me know what was interesting, and just the fact that I did a casual live stream like this with no like prepared presentation, maybe that, anything you learned from this, anything you're going to use in your own content creation process, I'd love to know. And also let me know what I can go deeper into. So I touched on a couple of things, anything you want me to go do a deeper dive into. So Lawrence is saying authenticity and opus clips. Yes, good takeaways. Chris is saying to use live streams. Well, you could use live streams too, I guess. And live streams are kind of like live streams. Sorry, Chris. Am I butchering your comment? It was kind of funny and punny. Clearly, there's something in this drink. Yep. Rajita is saying doing regular live streams. Absolutely. Raquel is saying, "Hi, Salma, listening on my phone. Love billing with you." Raquel, I love billing with you too. Uh, I think some of your approach to life has value that you express on your live streams is great value. Thank you so much, Lawrence, for that comment. No, Rajita, I haven't actually heard of Ruby AI, but what does it do? Tell me. Yes, Chris. I know you were saying live streams. I was just pulling your leg there. I love watching your videos and how you show how you have grown and improved your videos over the year. It inspires me. Thank you so much, Marlene. That means a lot. It means a lot. Thank you so much for saying that. I'm so happy that I can do what I do and it inspires you. That's that's the simplest way I can put it. But thank you. Ivan is saying, loving your live stream. Thank you so much, Ivan. Thank you so much for being here. Mike is saying, really looking forward to script writing masterclass. So interesting thing, Mike is one of my YouTube intensive clients. And what I love is that my clients come on all of my free stuff as well. So I love that. It just shows that they are so invested in, in the process and in building up their brands and communities and things, that they're like a sponge and they want to absorb everything, right? And so I love that you're here, Mike, because I know we're going to be doing the script writing class as, excuse me, as part of YouTube intensive, but then you also want like all the info, like all the other stuff that I'm going to be doing like outside of that class as well. So that's really, really great. um yeah, Raquel, love chilling with you as well. Raquel is one of my former YouTube intensive clients, you guys. And I'm so, like I said, I'm so happy to see current clients, past clients come on these, these events and these live streams and these trainings. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for continuing to be here. And same with Rajita. Rajita is a YouTube launchpad as well as a YouTube intensive client. I just started. I'm assuming you're saying I just started doing live streams. We'll be exploring and then we'll share with you. Oh, you're talking about the AI. Got it. Got it. Okay, so this was fun. Let me know if you want me to do more live streams. I think you do, because that's what I'm hearing from you guys. I will announce the script writing masterclass soon and see you on another casual Q&A style, maybe a channel audits, maybe a Q&A, maybe a talking points live stream very, very soon. Happy New Year, happy January. I hope that you are going to be going in with those goals, but also taking care of your productivity and health. And I can't wait to go on the journey with you as well. So here's to a great 2024 for all of us. Take care. I'll see you soon.